Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their Sunday. That's right, folks. It is technically still Sunday, at least here in the US, and at least while I am recording this video. Now, when I upload it, I'm not sure, but, semantics. Regardless, I do want to wish you all a happy Sunday, and I do want to stick to the routines. Our Sunday routines are to do our weekly Whatnot auction here right after the video, and our routine is also to do that weekly video here on YouTube. So here we are once again doing the YouTube video, and I thought let's talk a little bit about maybe the Whatnot auctions that we were planning to do today. Now today I was planning to do a traditional auction, like a traditional format auction where you kind of know what you're getting and you know what you're bidding on, and actually in the Whatnot land, doing mystery games and all sorts of mystery auction events is actually commonplace, and when people do actually traditional auctions, sometimes it's kind of looked at as weird. And so it's very, very odd. Like, I am personally not actually a Whatnot customer as a buyer. I'm just a Whatnot seller, and I rarely actually frequent other people's auctions and actually take part in their auctions. I actually never take part. Never actually taken part in an auction. I just kind of know how they work, and I've held many auctions of my own. And so I was speaking to one individual, actually a member of our community, that has taken part in my auctions and who is kind of quite engulfed in a lot of the Whatnot streams and cashing in on quite a few deals, possibly more than they should be cashing in on, possibly over their budget in cashing in on these so-called deals on Whatnot. And so I myself kind of got my first experience yesterday, not as really a buyer, as active buyer, but I was just kind of tuning into one of my own customer streams. Now, I have some customers there on Whatnot who actually purchase from me, and then they go back and have their own shows where they perhaps use maybe some of the fractionals that they might pick up or something like that, or maybe even some of the vintage. A lot of this vintage stuff is pretty harder to come by, and so they might grab some of the vintage on my show and then have that as one of kind of maybe the more premium items, or maybe perhaps something that they can divvy up in one of their games in one of their shows. And so you network with a lot of individuals there on the Whatnot community, and you make a lot of new friends. And so one of the individuals who kind of was a repeat customer, I guess you could say, on Whatnot, and a person who has repeatedly taken part in some of my auctions, who has won some items, they actually tagged me in one of their own shows that they were hosting at one point. And so I thought, let me join. I haven't really joined too many shows. I only honestly joined one or two shows prior to that, just to kind of check them out prior to actually joining the platform, to kind of decide prior to deciding I wanted to be a seller there. And so I haven't really familiarized myself with too many sellers, and so I kind of walked into this seller stream because they had tagged me, right? They had tagged me. I opened up my Whatnot app, and then I just was immediately brought into his live stream. And this person's live stream, I'm not sure, I don't recall I think his username was Kotas Coin or something like that. At any rate, this person who had tagged me, I joined their stream, and I kind of was very confused when I walked in because they were holding some sort of a mystery game, and there was actually a lot of it seemed to me at least, kind of elaborate rules. And so I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, and all I knew was that in order to take part in whatever this mystery game was, I had to pay $125. And so I was just felt very uneasy, but I was just like in there at the in the chat room, and so I just kind of started chatting, at least with the person who was running it, because I knew the person who was running it, and they're the one who had tagged me. So I just kind of joined in and just was like, hey, how's it going? I'm preparing for my auction tomorrow as well, and hope to see you there, and blah blah blah. And I was like, this is my first time joining a stream at all, and so I'm excited to be here and just checking it out. And so he started kind of going through some of the rules, not for me, but just generally. He just kind of continued on with the stream, and I was kind of the only kind of person who was chatting in the stream, but there were other people just actively participating in the actual auction or mystery game or whatever it was, what have you. And I know that for sure in this mystery game there were multiple opportunities to win some sort of 5-ounce bars. I know he had mentioned that, and I don't really know what the odds were. I wasn't there from the start, so I wasn't exactly sure on what the rules were exactly. All I knew was that there was some sort of opportunity to maybe get a 5-ounce bar or something, and there were some other nice vintage bars and rounds and nice collectible premium bars and rounds in the pool as well. And so I wasn't exactly sure what it was, and I didn't quite frankly take part in it because I didn't know what it was that I was signing up for. But to me, it was very, very confusing what it was that was going on in that stream. And so as a prospective buyer, I was just kind of like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on, so I'm not comfortable paying $125 for potentially who knows what. I didn't know what the worst case scenario is, and that wasn't clear, so that was a little bit weird. So to me, like, traditional auction format is a little bit more better as a buyer because I know exactly what's going on. It's kind of like, oh, okay, it's that prospect round that we're bidding on. Cool. I know how much I'm willing to pay for that. Okay, that's a shipping cost, and you factor that in, and then it's very easy. Mystery games, you kind of need to know what's going on, and sometimes the rules get very complex. Now, in my mystery games, I feel like the rules are not too complex. How I do it is in the start of the game, what I do is I essentially say, hey, these are all the different items that are in the prize pool. So in this case, you're actually seeing everything that's on my table because on the Whatnot stream, we actually do it kind of in this sort of a format. And so my Whatnot streaming format is just kind of going to look like this. So this is what you'll see actually in my Whatnot stream. And this is actually going to be the prize pool from today's mystery auction event. So every single item that you see here, I'm actually going to be auctioning it off. So this is actually, if you look at it from a prize pool dollar-wise amount, this is going to be the largest mystery auction event that we've held. Now, when you see some nice items here, right, you also see some small items there, right? So there's some rules attached to how my mystery auction event is going to work. And so when I go through and I start my auction, I'm going to go through what the rules are, and I'm going to explain, hey, this is how things work. You're going to draw, and you're going to draw a little slip from this pile of things. There's 55 items here. There's 55 items here. We're going to draw through all 55 items. And I'll explain, before we start the mystery game, I'll explain to people what the rules are, what the items are, and I'll basically be like, hey, everything that you see here is something that you could potentially win, including this little colorized Yoda that comes with this box, right? And, actually, the Yoda might seem like the most expensive item, and it is one of the more expensive items. It's a $175 item. We sell that on our site for $175. At least on our Whatnot store. I think on our SBS site, I think we sell it for $150. But regardless, it's an expensive item, right? And we have it priced very competitively as well, right? If you go and try to buy it from some other store that has it in stock, they'll be charging you more than that. So this is one of the more premium items in the prize pool, and actually the ceiling price for the prize pool for our auction event today is actually going to be this gold standard bar. Now this is a bar that's produced by Engelhard, and it is just a 1-ounce silver bar, but if you see these pop up on the secondary market, they definitely go for many, many times above spot price. And we ourselves actually sell this and have it available in the original factory seal, which it's harder to find it with it in the original factory seals. It's harder to find anything really in the original factory seal. So we sell that on our website in the original factory seal for $225. So there's one chance to win this today. There's only 55 items in the prize pool, and there's a 1 in 55 chance that you're going to draw that gold standard bar. There's also a 1 in 55 chance that you're going to draw this Star Wars colorized Chibi Yoda coin. It's a legal tender $2 coin actually. So very, very good chances of getting really nice stuff. And everything that you see here, there's actually one chance to win all of these really cool 1-ounce rounds and bars, and a couple half-ounce rounds as well here. So that Swiss of America round, there's one chance to win that. That Engelhard bar, there's one chance to win that EMC bar, but then there's also 3 other Engelhard bars below that as well, of slightly other designs. There's also 6 prospector rounds there. You got a factory sealed Bunker Hill medallion round right there. You got a Engelhard 1985 10,000 minted Liberty trade round. You got a Engelhard 5,000 minted Canadian maple leaf bar right there. And heck, you've even got a Johnson Matthey 1 million minted silver bar there in the original factory seal. There's even more than that too. We've even got some A-Mark flat bar. There's a Monex 1982 silver round. These were actually, from my research, these were actually produced by USVI Ingot Company, the same company that makes those chunky stackers, right? And there's even some Sunshine Mining and minting stuff here as well. Got a half-ounce Sunshine minting round. There's a chance that you could win that. And you might even double up. There's 2 chances, in fact, to double up and get a 1 ounce Sunshine Mining, not a minting, Sunshine Mining 1985 dated round, or Sunshine Mining silver bar, 1 ounce round, silver bar. Or you could get a 1 ounce legal tender coin. Here, a Millennium Falcon Star Wars legal tender coin. Maybe you win both of these and you get a nice Star Wars pair. So all of these opportunities, like, that's crazy. I mean, there's a very good chance that you'll win these. There's only 55 items, like I said, right? There's no BS, really. I mean, there's 55 items, and there's a 1 in 55 chance that you win a really, really nice thing many, many times. I mean, most of these things you will be paying significantly above spot price on the secondary market, right? I mean, especially this one right here. I mean, maybe you might get lucky and find it in a local coin shop, and even they'll probably be hit by at this point now, because everybody kind of knows about the gold standard bars. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people know, and so, I mean, at the very least, they'll charge you at least 3, 4, 5 times above spot, but these go for much more than that even sometimes. So this, all these are premium items. So all these are above spot items, kind of. So actually, when you look at the prize pool, you've got all these nice vintage rounds, and that makes up almost, I don't know, that makes up about half of the prize pool. And then the other half of the prize pool, you see all these tiny little fractionals. Now, there's no chance actually that you would end up just getting stuck with a single gram here. In my game that I have going on, one of the established rules is that you actually are going to be guaranteed to at least get an ounce of precious metals. Now, you see these copper bars here, right? And so these copper bars, there's actually multiple opportunities to win copper bars, and these copper bars are always going to be paired with these fractionals, right? So here I've got different fractionals available here, and within the prize pool we'll have an opportunity to draw maybe a 1 ounce copper bar and a 1 gram bar, or 2 1 gram bars, or 3 1 gram bars, or 4 1 gram bars, or 5 1 gram bars, or some really, really super rare 1 gram bars, right? And those fractionals, those single fracs, or 5 fracs, will be paired with either a 1 ounce copper bar or a 2 ounce copper bar, right? So that's why, like, you're never gonna end up like bidding the item up to $40 or something, and then you're just gonna end up with a gram of silver. That will never happen. You might end up getting unlucky, and you might get stuck with like a 1 ounce copper bar and a gram of silver, but that would be like literally the worst case scenario. The cheapest item in the prize pool that you could get stuck with, and there's only one chance that this could happen, 1 in 55 chance that this could happen, is you get a 1 ounce copper bar paired with a single 1 gram Volcami bar. That's like a $15 value. Like on Whatnot, we sell these for $13, and you know, that's plus shipping and stuff. So the $13 plus $2 for this. So that's a $15 value right there. That's like the worst case scenario that would happen, right? So the floor price actually is $15 for this game that you see here. The ceiling price, again, is going to be $225, and then once this is out of the prize pool, then your ceiling price is going to be $175 for this. And then once this thing is knocked out, then you're, I don't know what you're looking at. You're probably looking at $75 items, because we sell this for $75, we sell that for $75, we sell this for $75. I think we even sell this for $75. So there's actually 4 $75 items there in the prize pool, and then once those are out, you've still got really, really juicy items in the prize pool. I mean, you probably still have like, you know, $50, $60, $40 items still in the prize pool. So there's really, really nice items that you can potentially win, you know. And then the worst case scenario is that you end up drawing like a copper bar paired with one of these fractional items here, right? Or a 2 ounce copper bar paired with one of these fractional items here. And so there's actually, you know, how many fractional items do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 paired with the 1 ounce copper bar and 15 paired with the 2 ounce copper bar. So you have 30 chances out of 55 to get a copper bar, a 1 or 2 ounce variety, and paired with some fracs, right? So either way, you're getting some silver bullion no matter what. It might just be 1 gram of silver, or it might be a very good chance, you know, 25 and 55 chance roughly, yeah, 20, not roughly, exactly, 25 and 55 chance that you're going to get at least $25 worth of silver bullion. And then in 30 and 55 chance that you'll get a nice chunky piece of copper paired with some silver fracs. So this is a nice way to beef up your stack, definitely, regardless, and there's a very good chance, if you take a couple stabs at it, at least a few stabs at it, you'll end up with definitely some nice silver pieces for sure. So I'm really excited to kind of get this pretty large mystery auction event down on the books. I have pretty large anxiety about it, actually, because Whatnot is a pretty crazy cesspool in the sense that there are very, very many cheapskates on that platform, and so it is very difficult actually to sell anything, not even profitably, but just to even, not take scarring, humongous losses. It's very, very difficult actually on that platform, and so the way you have to approach it is very different. And generally speaking, I do not run very, very large high-priced auction events like this. I generally focus on smaller priced items because I like to just introduce people to kind of the SBS brand and website and store and stuff like that, and the channel, and just everything about everything SBS, and rather than really trying to do a large amount of my business on Whatnot or other platforms like that. I mean, our majority of our business we like to do and keep it centralized here on our website because we don't like to deal with middlemen, right? We like to do things on our own and like to be able to do things on our own terms. So at any rate, with that said, contradictorily, we will move the party over to Whatnot. So now the plan is to go over to Whatnot, and that would be whatnot.com/user/silverbarstacker. And right there, we'll be holding our 55 item auction event. Now, I'm very, very excited to get things going. I hope at least a few of you can join in. And I know it's very last minute. Generally speaking, we like to put this thing on the Whatnot calendar a week in advance. And so it's actually going to be a very, very good opportunity for anyone who is able to join as a buyer, because we haven't promoted this show at all whatsoever. And so it is going to be a very, very good opportunity for you to pick up some deals, because as you can see, there are many, very many nice items here. My actual goal today was to really introduce people to the website, and if you haven't taken a look at the silverbarstacker.com website lately, I would highly recommend that you do right now, because right now we've kind of introduced our first layer of early bird pricing since we have updated the website. We have done a massive update to the website, and you will see that the pricing is extremely competitive on many pieces, and it will continue to be updated throughout for every single item. I haven't quite gotten through every single item, so some of the items are still a little overpriced, but a vast majority of, I would say, of the items have been priced very competitively now. And you'll just see, once you go over there and you kind of price compare with the other places where you're able to get these same items, you'll kind of see that there's many opportunities that if you're kind of looking to pick up some vintage pieces, you might have an opportunity or two to be able to add a few pieces to your stack by just going to our silverbarstacker.com website. So without further ado, I think it's time that we move the party on over to Whatnot and we get that party started over there. And I do hope you all can join in. If not, no worries. We'll try to be a little bit better prepared for our auction event next week. And we'll also be updating the website even more throughout the week. So please check back, now, but also check back again maybe later on towards the end of the week, because we'll have even more updates, more exciting stuff added to the store, and more price improvements and updates made as well. And we will also have a fresh YouTube upload for you on Sunday, hopefully not super late next week. So thanks again for tuning in, to those of you who could tune in, and appreciate everybody who's able to hang out at the auction. Appreciate you all, and have a great rest of the evening, and have a great week ahead as well. Cheers.